Hey guys, so I have some news in this video I wanted to go over. First off, in this block, I hit all-time PRs on everything. Body weight is currently between 188 to 190 in the morning. It's been extremely stubborn. I was freaking eating 5,000 calories to 5,100 calories this last week, and I freaking lost a pound. So I'm been like more around 188.8. It's my average this past week. So I'm going to be increasing calories up to 5,200, which sounds like a lot of fun to some of you, but trust me, it's not as much fun as it sounds. Like I'm not just eating pizza and donuts and ice cream all day. More or less, I'm eating very similar to the Stan Efferding vertical diet because I have a pretty sensitive stomach, and I have to choose very low FODMAP foods, which are basically just foods that don't really cause a lot of gas or bloating or water retention in order to get down all this food. And so that means like lower fats for me, higher carbs. So there's a lot of white rice and boring food. So it is what it is, but this is what I have to do. Some people really ramp up their energy expenditure in response to overfeeding. And this is more than, this is a problem I would rather have than the opposite. Um, but currently, I am not 4 weeks out from my next meet. I am 8 weeks out since there was some drama with the WRPF and this meet, specifically with the meet director, that kind of made the meet not worth it. Joel Sullivan was going to do it, Jake Benson was going to do it, and those are two really big, bowlers of doing the meet. And just because they're not going to be there, I was like, well, kind of the motivation to really do that meets isn't really there. I don't want to have to drive up 2 hours to, down to up to Logan, Utah for the meets, and then drive all the way back. I'll have to spend a little bit more money for just a local meet. So I decided to compete in actually 8 weeks from now at the same place I competed in April, and hopefully I'll be able to hit a pretty big total there. But I'm not really too worried about it. But this past block has been really productive. Bench is going really great. Same with squat. Deadlift has been feeling not very great, but there's a few things that I'm going to do changing going forward. So one, and this is really on me, is that I have been training my deadlift just too heavy. Deadlift is my best lift, and I have a pretty big ego attached to it, and that can lead me to load a lot more weight than I actually should onto the bar, and that results in me just training at too high of an exertion for me to consistently make recovery and recover and make adaptations to and from with that lift. So I'm going to be pulling back a little bit in terms of exertion, and we're just really trying to stay quote unquote in the pocket. There's something that I think that happens as you get to be a stronger lifter and more experienced, is you sort of develop this lifter instinct of you kind of know how much to put onto the bar, how much to push, when it's time to pull back, and you like deep down like what's the right weight on the bar, and it's about having that maturity and the respect of the process to actually load the right weight on the bar and not let your ego take over, and try to do a ton of weight all at once, because that's just not going to ultimately, like, that's just not what we're after. We have to chase adaptations, and obviously what kind of what happens is you have to trust your program. If it's the right stimulus for you, the right configuration of training stress, over time you go gain muscle, get stronger. You cannot force it. You have to put yourself in the right environment. So that's something I'm going to be doing more on deadlift. Also going to be deadlifting fresh again. So instead of having my deadlift always be after squats, I'm going to be having one day where I'm deadlifting a little bit more fresh before I do squat, just to see if that can improve a little the training outcomes of my deadlift. Regardless, I've set PRs on my deadlift for after squats, so I'm happy about that. But with this set, and this next one, this 463 for 4 RPE, like it was at RPE 8 at the very most. It might have been like even closer to like a 7.5. But like I was extremely happy about this. Things are going good in training, and despite how frustrated I am, the fact that I'm not really budging at all with body weight, I'm getting stronger, and that's what mostly matters. I did hire a nutrition coach recently, though, so that's going to be a little bit more on me as opposed to my current coach, who's a little bit more over my training, so we can really make sure I'm gaining some more muscle. My goal is to be about 194, 195 by the end of the year. Still stay pretty lean. Like I basically stay between like 8 to 10% body fat, and that's where I feel good. So going to stay within that range, keep it slow and steady, and really just focus on adding that more of that muscle. But yeah, currently 8 weeks out, feeling healthy. Lat doesn't hurt any at all. Again, like this is an example of me actually taking a right number. 628 at RP8 felt perfectly, and then this felt like the exact level of hardness on my down set. So I'm just going to be changing my mindset going forward with deadlift. Hopefully that reap some better training outcomes. But that's kind of the update for where I'm at right now with training. If you guys have any questions, just be sure to answer down below. If you guys are interested in coaching or programs, just click the links down below to apply.